What is this one called, Daniel?
Trash arbitrage.
Trash arbitrage. Trash arbitrage. This is one of my favorite topics. And I don't think anybody's talking about this one.
No.
Dude, so check this out. When we're starting out in land, I didn't know what a good deal was or what a bad deal was, right? You kind of don't know how to identify either.
Yeah.
So when we got our first major trash lot, was the one with all the shingles on it. Like 5 acres of shingles, dump piles of shingles.
Yeah.
So I figured, 10, 20 grand worth of dumpsters were good, right? Man, we got quotes for $75,000, $80,000 to clean this place up. I think even 100. So I'm like, well, that kills the deal for me. I've seen enough, right? Not knowing what we didn't know anything about this deal or the way these deals work. But this was a cool deal because the seller almost begged me to take it. So I'm like, damn, okay, well, I better help the guy at least. At least I could do.
They're real problems.
Yeah.
Trash is a real problem.
Yeah, so the guy was like, hey, no, dude, like, let's do this. Like, the seller was ready to do anything. He's like, just help me sell it. I'm like, well, say no more then. I'll get it done. Cool. Bam, sold the whole entire property with the trash in place. Made like 40 grand on that deal without moving a muscle on the trash or mowing the grass or anything.
So the really cool thing about like trash arbitrage is that sellers, if they know it's trash and if you make them aware it's trash, they're like, oh crap, like how trashed is it? And then like you get quotes and like, oh, like, it's that
This
trash.
is bad. This is bad.
Okay, so then it creates motivation, and trash on lots happens a lot. It happens a lot, especially on raw land. So this is part of our issues that come up where we have to worry about animals and endangered species. Like in Florida, we have trash.
Yeah. So if you think about it like this, mountains of tires, mountains of trash, that scares people away.
Yeah.
Any investor, especially, buyers especially, because they're like, oh no, like everything's a big deal to a buyer, right? And even to an investor. So even an investor will see this property and say, damn, this thing got 10,000 tires on it. Like, I'm out. That's just too big of a contract for their brain to fathom. But we see that and we see opportunity.
Money.
Hey, yeah, so now, when somebody sends us a property where it's covered in junk, like I'm gonna weigh in the cost of that cleanup into the price of the property. Actually, I'm working on one right now with JV with somebody. I won't say any names just right this second, but we're going, like we've been trying to sell this property for this person for a few months, and I'm like, something's wrong. It seems like a great price, great area. I go to see the property myself. There's so much junk and it's so overgrown you can't drive. You drive in and you have to turn around to leave. There's nothing to see at all in all that acreage, like 6 acres or something. So we got equipment coming in this weekend, and he's gonna start pushing trash around, making it into separate piles, but all the while flattening all the grass so we can drive the property and take a good look at it.
Yep.
And that's that right there. I know we're gonna get a contract immediately.
Just because we cleaned it up. Just any type of work will make it worthwhile. So I have a funny story too. So if you haven't heard my Florida deal story, we bought 9.9 acres in Florida, a pre-foreclosure, and seller left a burnt out RV on the property. Had no idea after it happened till a buyer went there and he's like, hey, there's a burnt out RV here. And I'm like, had no idea. Like, I don't know there's a burnt out RV here.
Congratulations.
I just inherited a burnt RV. And I'm like, but what do we do with trash most of the time?
Leave it there.
We leave it there and pass it to the buyer. And
buyer gets to celebrate with that trash.
And the cool thing about this is that I think people are willing to deal with the trash because you might seller finance them, you might give them a discount, you might do a lot of different things where it's almost like that contractor. Like if you sell a partially flipped house to a contractor, he's gonna, I can do it myself, and knock it out, and it'll take me a couple weeks, and I'll just knock it out myself, and I'll do it cheaper, and I'll get a discount, So they might discount us a little bit, but we still have enough margin where they're not gonna see the 75,000 just like we saw it. They're like, yeah, I can do it for 10. And I'm like, all right. And they'll take on that $10,000 trash problem, which might be 15 and some extra back work,
Yep, and we've done it ourselves too. We've got maybe 50,000 in dumpsters, in the last 365 days.
Yeah.
But we're okay with cleaning stuff up. But if at all possible, you can just leave it in place and sell as is.
If you can sell it as is, that's what we're gonna do. But if we need to clean it up, we're okay taking on that risk where we have to. If we have to clean up, we will. But if we don't, we don't.
Don't do it.
But there's always money in the trash arbitrage that people just overlook, and 90% of investors will not touch trash at all. But we will.
I got one from HBHS earlier this year. And I think it needed a lot of trash. It was only a 3-acre property, but it needed like 20 grand in cleanup. And you better believe we did it, and it sold. It sold reasonably quick after that amount of cleanup. But somebody gets there and they see that and they're like, "Oh, hell to the no! Like this just looks like a nightmare." Because imagine you trash out a little 3-bedroom, 2-bath house,
Yep.
and that might be 10,000 in dumpsters or something crazy.
Yep.
Right. So to trash out acreage, people get there and they're like, "Nope, leaving." They just turn in the opposite direction and run. But us, like, it's something that we're used to and something that we're actually actively looking for. So if you guys find any properties with trash on them, send them to us, man. We'll take a look at it and JV with you.
You want to tell the tire story?
Yeah, that one's still in process. I don't like to tell too many fish stories that haven't got caught yet, but on that one, yeah, we picked it up for 300-ish grand, and we cut it in 5 pieces, sold it all off for roughly like $950, and we're waiting on one of those tracts. The neighbor bought one tract, a 10-acre tract, and then he says, "Hey, I'll buy the one with all the tires. I want a discount on it." So based on what our cleanup cost was going to be versus what he was willing to pay for it, we were in the green by just letting him buy it as is at his crazy discounted price.
Yep.
And the deal still penciled out. It was still like a 3x deal. So it didn't hurt the deal at all.
Yeah. Yeah. Trash arbitrage, that's a good strategy. If you see opportunities, we're buying. But if you're in the business, keep an eye out for them. There's a lot of money there.
And we're trying to work with you guys. We tell you guys all these secrets, not to tell you like, "Hey, we got deep, dark secrets." Like, we want you to find deals, bring them to us as JV. You learn as the way we go. We both get paid. Everybody's happy.
The biggest thing is you got to know what value looks like. So trash arbitrage is one of the ones that there's value there. If you see it, let us know. There's money there.
Just get that trash. Like, subscribe, share this content, guys. We appreciate you guys following along.
Bye.